HBO is waging war on a Brooklyn bar. The network has told the bar to stop hosting its live viewing parties for Game of Thrones. Yeah, you heard it right. It's a big hit on cable, you know that. And also the most pirated show on the internet. Well, now HBO is cracking down. For the past 2 years, the bar has been screening the hit show, but not anymore. Right now, Pix 11's Ann Mercogliano is in Williamsburg with the story for us. Hi there, Ann.
Hey, Tamsin, well, that's the bar right there behind me. It says it can't show Game of Thrones anymore. You know, maybe if HBO changes its mind, but we haven't heard that yet.
Everybody I know watches it. I religiously watch it every week.
It's not hard to find a Game of Thrones fan like Jared Zuckerman, but it just became a little bit harder to find a viewing party in Brooklyn.
It's very Brooklyn, it's very Williamsburg to be able to just kind of go to your local bar and watch Game of Thrones.
HBO is asking this bar to cease and desist. The owner of Videology Bar and Cinema tells Pix 11 they showed the full season last year in the premiere episode of season 5. They did not show the episode last night. The owner says they've never charged for viewing. They did do a pre-party last week that was free, the owner says, but a limited number of seats you could reserve in advance only with purchase of a beer and a bowl of chili. Otherwise, it was all free and always has been, the bar says, to watch.
A copyright owner has a right to control the use of their content.
Attorney Snyder is not involved in this, but has represented media clients in the past and gave us his take.
Legally, they have absolutely every right to protect it. If somebody is displaying or showing Game of Thrones without a proper license, they have a right to send them a cease and desist letter.
Sources close to the situation tell us HBO has sent cease and desist letters to other venues in many different instances and have been doing so basically forever. In a statement, HBO tells us, quote, as a pay subscription service, HBO should not be made available in public establishments. When it does happen, it is of particular concern when there is an attempt to profit off the programming. This is nothing new, as we have taken such actions for well over a decade. All right, and this bar told me it doesn't have a problem with HBO asking them to stop, and they are complying. And we learned tonight, Tamsin and John, there are different rules, different companies. I spoke with the PR manager at Golden Boy Promotions, for example, one of the largest international promoters for boxing fights. And that person told me bars can play fights. There is no special agreement or arrangement. If they have access to a fight, they can play it. For now, we're live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Ann Mercogliano, Pix 11 News.
Certainly an interesting one,
It is
right?
an interesting one.
Find a bar in Brooklyn.
Why not?
And you know, I'm sure they found it by social media and people tweeting and being, I just feel like they're advertising the show and doing more than, you know.
It seems innocent enough, but then again, we don't own that company, so we see it from a different perspective,
Exactly.
right? All right, well, still.